Hey everyone, there's so many different ways to do print on demand. I wanted to do a video to break it all down. So whether you're just starting out and wanting to know the different types and what it takes, or if you're in a print on demand site right now and you're wondering what it would take to do something else, I have it all for you. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons, all the different things that you need to do for a specific type of site. And show you who are the YouTubers that you should be watching for this specific type of print-on-demand site. So much information in this video. You've never seen anything like it. I don't think anybody has broken it down like this. So you're going to want to stay tuned and watch till the end to see everything. So the first thing you need to know is that all print-on-demand sites out there on the internet can be divided or put into one of three different categories. The first category I like to call the all-in-one print-on-demand sites. So these include sites like Amazon Merch on Demand, TeePublic, Redbubble, and other sites like Zazzle, Cafe Press, Spreadshirt, and more that do everything for you. The printing, the shipping, the customer service, and so on. The second I like to call the marketplace plus POD sites. This is where there's an existing marketplace that sells products and you can use a third-party printer like Printify to sell print-on-demand products. Etsy is the biggest one of these, but others include Amazon with Seller Central, eBay, and even Walmart. The third type of POD site is what I like to call your website plus POD. This is where you use an e-commerce site like Shopify or WooCommerce or Wix to build your site with the e-commerce capabilities and then use a third-party printer, again like Printify, to sell print-on-demand products. So each of these is a little bit different, and I'm going to break it down even further on what you need to do for each of these, what does the marketplace do for you in each of these, and what does the print provider do for each of these. So you're going to see on each of these columns, I'm going to break them down into columns, how they're different and how you need to change for each of these. And then I'm going to show you the pros and cons as well and who talks about these on YouTube. So let's start with the first one, the all-in-one POD sites. All right, so for the all-in-one print-on-demand sites like Amazon Merch on Demand, TeePublic, and Redbubble is to sign up. And this is, you need to do this for all of them. So let's start there. You need to sign up and join, and you only have to do this once. And it's free to join on these all-in-one print-on-demand sites, and that's what I think a lot of people like, is that free and anybody can get in, except caveat, Amazon Merch on Demand is free to get on, but it's really difficult to get on. So it doesn't cost you anything, but a lot of people who sign up for Amazon Merch on Demand don't get in. So not everybody that signs up gets in, as opposed to if you sign up for Redbubble or TeePublic or some of the other ones, you probably will get in right away and can start. The next thing is you need to research. I talk about this all the time. If you're on TeePublic, research on TeePublic. If you're on Amazon, research for that. You can do this for free. It can be done for free, but there are some paid tools that can help you with this. Specifically for Amazon, there's Pretty Merch and Merch Informer and Productor and a whole bunch of others. For Redbubble and TeePublic, very hard to find those, but you can still do research for free on their site. The next thing you need to do is create your designs. So you can do this for free as well if you have Canva free or if you go to Photopea or any of these sites, but there are a lot of paid tools that you can use to create your designs, and this can be used for all the different sites. Canva Pro, Kiddo, AI, Creative Fabrica, Affinity Designer, there's a whole bunch out there. I'm not going to dive deep into this, but the fact is that you need to create designs. You need to learn how to create designs or have somebody else create designs for you. That's a big part of print on demand. The next step is, once you have your designs, once you've researched the designs and now created designs that people want to buy, the next thing you have to do is upload your designs. And you do this for free. It's done on the pod site itself, makes it really easy. In fact, TeePublic's probably one of the easiest ones to upload. It's very super simple. Just grab your stuff, grab your design, and it has an upload button, and it kind of walks you through it. And it has a lot less products, so you have to upload designs and put them onto different products. So Redbubble has a lot more products, so it just takes a little longer. After uploading and putting it on different products, you need to write a title, change the price of what you want the price to be, description and all of that. Sometimes changing the price is in the whole thing. Redbubble is kind of outside of the upload thing, but you still have the option to change your prices, change your descriptions and all of that stuff. So TeePublic doesn't allow you to change the price. They have a set price, but for the most part, you put in a title, price, and description. You do this free, and that's part of doing print on demand with this, or any print on demand. As we go through some of the other ones, it's something that you have to learn how to do and find the right kinds of titles and descriptions and SEO and all of that good stuff. The next thing is creating mockups, but in the all-in-one print on demand, you actually don't have to create mockups. So you get this free. This is a free part of being in the all-in-one group of print on demand sites. The POD site actually puts it on all the products, creates the mockups for you. You put the design on the product, but you don't have to create additional mockups that show up on the site. They kind of do that all for you. So once you have your design on the product that you want, the mockups are already made essentially. You don't have to make additional mockups to do that. The next is ads and traffic. So to get traffic to your site, a lot of these already have traffic, especially Amazon has a ton of traffic. People already go there for shopping. So you kind of get this for free. You don't actually have to get ads, and to do that, you can as an additional thing. But for the most part, most people who sell on these don't use ads to drive traffic, except for Amazon. Amazon's a little different case. You can use Amazon ads. It's not free, but the nice thing is it shows up on Amazon itself. So when people are searching, you can be on page one if you have the right ads and the right keywords and all of that. So that really helps on there. So organic traffic is free. There is also paid traffic if you want to do that. Next is printing and shipping. This is where the all-in-one print on demand is really powerful. It does all of this for you. So you don't have to go and send out something to get printed or something to get shipped. Amazon will actually print it and ship it for you, or TeePublic will actually print it and ship it for you. You don't even have to worry about that. So this is something that you get free with the all-in-one. And lastly, the customer service part, where if someone returns something or has a question for anything, you don't have to worry about that with the all-in-one print on demand. These places, these pod sites will do that for you. They will send it back to Amazon, the customer will send it back to wherever they bought it from, and the pod sites themselves will take care of it. So as an overview, what do you actually have to concentrate on? It's these four things: researching, creating design, uploading design, and putting in your title, price, and description. Now, this is the core of all print-on-demand sites. Whether you're in all-in-one or some of the other groups, you still have to do these things. But as you can see, the other stuff comes free for you. So you can concentrate more on the research, create, design side instead of some of the other stuff. So less moving parts for you. So pros and cons for the all-in-one: it's free to start. It's one of the most passive ones because you don't have to do some of the other stuff. It's really easy to learn. A lot of these make it very intuitive, less moving parts, so you can learn it quickly. It's really quick to start. A lot of these, as soon as you sign up, you can get up and going and start selling right away. And there's no maintenance to this. You can just let it go and have it sell. So very easy to do. You don't have to go and keep checking on it or doing stuff to it. It runs. So the cons of this, though, is there's lots of competition on these sites, especially Amazon. A lot of people want to be on there, so the competition is high. There's a low profit per sale, especially places like TeePublic and Redbubble, where you're sometimes making only $2 per sale or less, and Amazon's going that route as well. There's no customer data. You don't know who's buying your stuff, so you can't retarget them or email them or do that. And there's less options to stand out. You really can only stand out with your design. You can't stand out with mockups. You can't stand out with sales. You don't do that. And there's usually lower traffic, except for Amazon, which has one of the highest traffics. But anything other than Amazon and these all-in-one print-on-demand sites like TeePublic and Redbubble usually have a lot less traffic, organic traffic, than some of the other ones we'll be mentioning later. So, and you could lose your shop if you do something wrong or do something copyrighted or trademarked or something that these places don't like, they can just kick you off and you're going to lose your account. So that's a big con on here. So those are the pros and cons for the all-in-one print on demand. If you want to learn more about any of these, especially Amazon, here are some of the people that I know that are on YouTube. This is something I do, is teach about Amazon Merch on Demand, but you got people like Ryan Hogue, Philip Anders, Hannah, Jay, Andres, Adam, and all these people here that I've seen on YouTube, and a lot of these I've had on my channel as well, or on the POD Council. So they give a lot of good information and can help you on your print-on-demand journey, especially if you want to get on Amazon and sell there. All right, so the next type of POD grouping is what I like to call the marketplace plus POD. This is where there's already a marketplace of things that they sell. So think Etsy, they sell a lot more than just POD stuff. Amazon too, eBay, Walmart, they sell all these things. They're a marketplace full of different products. But you can, as a seller, join up on one of these and sell print-on-demand products, specifically t-shirts in our case, on these places. But you don't have to only stick to t-shirts. I'm going to show you Printify a little bit later and all the different products that you can use to sell on these places. So I put all this same table, but we're going to see how it's different from the ones we just talked about. So sign up, same thing. You only do this once, but on Etsy, it's not free. So I think right now it's $30 to join Etsy. The marketplace has fees. Amazon Seller Central, I think it's $40 to do it. And I'm guessing the same thing for eBay and Walmart. I haven't joined there, but I would guess that they also want a fee for people to join up. The next thing is research topics. Again, you can do this for free, just going to Etsy and seeing what the best sellers are, but there are paid tools, especially on Etsy. You can use Everbee, and I think that can help speed up the process of finding what really works on Etsy and so on. There's also things for Amazon, of course, that you can do. Creating the designs, this is exactly the same as the other one. You can use paid tools. Of course, you can do this for free, but paid tools will be a lot more helpful to create lots of designs. Uploading designs. So this one's a little bit different, and this is where I'm going to get into Printify, and I'll show you Printify in a second, but you do not do this for free. You do this, but you don't do it for free like the other ones, where you create your design and now you have your design. You can't just put it on Etsy or Amazon for free. You're going to need a print provider to put your designs on the product with the print provider, and then put that on the marketplace. So let me show you, this one just says on Printify. There's lots of other ones, but I'm going to show you how Printify works. And there's Printful and other places, but I use Printify for my Etsy and for my Shopify. And so I'm going to show you exactly what this is like. Oh, and the reason I put Marketplace has listing fees is on Etsy, in order for you to list a design, it actually costs 20 cents each time. So, and that I believe is for a bunch of months, and then it falls off and you got to pay again to list it. So let me show you Printify and show you all the products on there and how it kind of works. All right, so real quick, here's Printify, printify.com. You can see it, create and sell custom products. So this is where you would get your print-on-demand products, and this is who actually will print it for you. Unlike the all-in-one where Amazon prints it or TeePublic prints it or Redbubble print it, for the marketplace as well as the Your Site Plus POD, this is the Plus POD. This is the print-on-demand site that you're adding to it. So you have to connect this to either your marketplace or your website, and I'll show you at the bottom of here how many they connect to. But you can see they have a lot of products. Shopify is trusted, 4.8 on that, so really good. I also use this and it's done really well. They help you a lot. First thing, and you can start on here with Printify with 0 investment. So that's nice, is you don't pay them until you get a sale, and then you pay whatever the base price is for the product, and then you keep whatever the difference is. So let's say if something like this costs $15, but you're selling it for $20, then you get about $5 minus some of the other fees and all taxes and all that stuff, shipping. So you got to price it and figure out what that is. So really cool, but yeah, you don't have to pay them up front. There's not an upfront payment. It's only after you make the sale. And here's some of the cool things. They tell you what the best sellers are. So you got t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs. So you don't have to stick to t-shirts, although I like to do t-shirts. If you find something that sells better or want to sell something different, they have like everything and more than what you might be thinking. There's a whole catalog on here of stuff. So I might go into that a little bit. But yeah, so you can see here what you would have to sell it at. So if I sell this for $25 and do one sale a day, you could get this much money. So it's kind of cool to see this moving scale. If you sell a hoodie for $35, you know, you could do that just by having one sale. Let's say you have 2 sales or 5 sales. Like you can see the nice thing about this is the profits are bigger, a lot bigger than the all-in-one sales. And these are some testimonials of it and where they ship and stuff, or what is this? Yeah, where your customers are. So if you have customers all over the world, they can handle that. A lot of tutorials and things here. Again, started for free, but this is what I wanted to show you right here. So they connect to Etsy. We're going to talk about Shopify later on, TikTok, Amazon, like I said, eBay, so some of those. So they connect to either a lot of different marketplaces as well as e-commerce sites, which we're going to get into. And just to show you some catalog stuff, like how many things they have. Look at that, t-shirts, mugs. Oh, is that the best way? Let's see. Hot new products. Look at that, hats. Like their catalog is massive. So whatever you can think of, they probably already have on here. I know these are really popular right now, these 40-ounce mugs. So pretty cool. Printify has everything on here. Whatever your imagination or whatever you feel like selling online with print on demand, Printify probably has it and can do it for you for a really good price. So that's all I want to say about this, is that this is where this is the difference between all-in-one and the next two up, the marketplace plus POD or your site plus POD. The plus POD is Printify. One of them is Printify, but I would say use Printify. They're really good. All right, so back to the marketplace plus POD. The title and description here, again, same thing. You do this for free. You can do it on the print provider site, that Printify site. That's where you would upload your designs and put in your titles and the prices and all of that. You can make updates on the marketplace itself. So if you wanted to go into Etsy, once it's uploaded in there, you can make some changes there as well. Creating mockups. So this is where it's different as well. So you do this, but not for free. You'd have to either buy mockups, use AI to make mockups, use a graphics app to make mockups. And this is what is different on these marketplaces, is that you'll have to provide a mockup. So when you go to Etsy, you'll notice not all the mockups look the same. Like as if you go to Amazon or TeePublic or Redbubble, all the mockups look the same because they do it. But here, one of the ways to stand out is to make your own mockups, and that comes with a cost. You're gonna have to either buy mockups, make your mockups, or whatever. So you can put these updates in the marketplace itself. So when you're on Etsy, you can go and change your mockups and so on. The next thing is ads and traffic. You get this for free. A lot of these marketplaces have pretty good organic traffic, but Etsy has Etsy ads for a fee, just like Amazon ads for the other site, and this can help you get more sales. You don't have to do it, but I think it can speed it up. So one of the nice things is you get traffic. Print and ship. Now this is not free. The marketplace doesn't do it. You'll have to pay the print provider, in this case Printify, to print it and ship it and all of those things. So that's what you're paying for when you use Printify, not only for the product, but for the printing and the shipping and all of that. And the customer service, you do this. I mean, it is free, but you have to do it. So I put, unless you do a refund, which is not free. So that might cut into your cost. If somebody wants something and you feel like you need to give them a refund, you eat that cost yourself. So kind of free customer service because you're providing it, but not exactly free. So these are the things that you're doing now. So you can see you have to add to it. So if you do the marketplace plus POD, now all of a sudden you're creating mockups, which you didn't have to do before, and you're doing the customer service, which you didn't have to do before. And there are a lot more moving parts. They're not just one all-in-one. You also have to deal with Printify and Etsy, or Printify and Amazon. So a couple more things on there, and here are the pros and cons. So usually has more traffic than the all-in-ones. There's usually higher margins on here. So like I said, you can mark up your stuff a lot more on here and get bigger margins like we saw in Printify. More customizable, especially with your own mockups. You can customize stuff, and more personal. So you can actually talk to customers. A lot of times you get messages back and forth with customers and do that. So a lot of cool pros on here. The cons is it's a lot. There's still a lot of competition, especially on Etsy. There is a lot more work than there was for the all-in-one. It costs more to keep it running, the maintenance side of it. You have to pay listing fees and all of that stuff. You still could lose your shop on Etsy because it is a marketplace, so you don't have total control. And you still have you'll have to do messaging and customer service. I remember when I was really doing Etsy, I got lots of messages coming in, and it took a long time to kind of answer those things. So I stopped doing that because of that. It just wasn't as passive as the all-in-one version. But again, the pros are that you potentially could make a lot more money on here. And these are just some of the many, many YouTubers that do talk about Etsy. So I put a lot of them on here. I could have done a full another page or more of people who talk about Etsy, but these are some. You can look them up, and they're all great YouTubers. Okay, the last one to wrap it up is your website plus POD. And this is really cool because you can have your own domain site with Shopify or Woo or Wix. I'm using Shopify, and you can have, www.yourwebsite.com and sell it on here. So let me go over really quick the differences on here. The first thing is you do this once to sign up, but it's not free because you're going to have to create your own website. You're going to have to have hosting fees, e-commerce fees. The Shopify isn't free. You have to pay that every month and so on. So there's a lot of fees to even just get started and sign up. Research topics, same thing. You can do research for this. It can be done for free. You can look and see what's the best thing out there, but there are some paid tools. You can use kind of Everbee and look at Etsy stuff and see what's popular on there, or use other tools, or do research with your ads, with Facebook ads, and find out which one's doing the best. Creating design, this is exactly the same. You can do this for free, or you can use some of the paid tools like I've mentioned before, Canva, Kiddo, and so on, to make your designs. Uploading your designs, this is a lot like the other one. You do this, but it's not free. You have to pay the print provider, in this case Printify, to upload your design, and you can update this on your own on the e-commerce site. So when you go through Shopify, you can go into Shopify and kind of tweak some of those things, but it's not free because you actually need to hook up a Printify or something similar to upload designs. Title and price, you do this, it's for free, and you change this on the Printify side too. So, and again, you can update this on Shopify or Printify, but usually start with Printify and then update it. Same thing with mockups, like we did the other one, like Etsy. You'll have to make your own mockups, or buy your own mockups, or use AI to make mockups. So very similar to the other one. Ads and traffic, you don't get traffic for you. This is the biggest difference of some of the other two, because with the marketplaces and the all-in-one, those have some kind of organic traffic. People go to those places to buy stuff, but nobody knows about your website. So you're gonna have to use Facebook ads or some kind of ads and email marketing to get people to your website, to let them know that you have a store and all of that. So this is where a lot of your money will be going, especially in the beginning, to get things going. Next is print and ship. This is not free. Again, this works with the Printify. You'll have to pay Printify to print and ship all your designs. it doesn't come with it, of course, because this is your website. And customer service, same thing. You'll have to do this, and you can do this for free because you're doing it, but unless you're doing a refund again, you might have to pay somebody the refund and just eat the cost there. So what are the things you have to do here? You can see you added even one more thing, which is ads and traffic to the many things that you have to do. So this one is the most complex out of the three, and which is why a lot of people stay away from this, because they maybe don't understand how to do ads or traffic. I know that's what made it hard for me, is because I didn't know how to do traffic. I knew how to design. I knew all the research and to create design and upload design, but when it came to creating Facebook ads, I was really scared about it, and I didn't know how to do that. But now with the We Scale community, that really helps. So here's the pros and cons. No competition, higher margins, super customizable. You got all the data that you need to make good decisions, what sells the most, your customers and all that. You can target customers better, and you can eventually sell the business if you wanted to. This is your business. This is your website. So unlike the marketplaces or the all-in-ones, you won't get kicked off of here. So that's a big pro for having your own website. Some of the cons is, as you can see, it's a lot more work. We just added more work than the last one. There's no free traffic where you have to all of this drive traffic. You can't really just put this on cruise control and sit back and hopefully the money comes in. This is a lot more work. You have to send out ads and emails and stuff. You're going to be spending on ads, so it's a lot more expensive. You may need a team as it grows bigger and bigger. Maybe it's something that you can't do yourself. I know a lot of people go that route when it starts growing that big, and you'll still have to do messaging and customer service and so on. So these are the people that talk about this. I know Chris Heckman has his own community for this, so that's really cool if you wanted to get into Shopify and sell on your own website with Printify. But there's some other people that are on YouTube as well that talk about it. I want to go back, and I totally forgot to talk about Amazon Merch on Demand. Philip Anders and Adam Young also have their own community. So if you want to learn more about the all-in-one print on demand stuff with Amazon, they also have a community as well on School. So there you go. Those are the 3 different types of print-on-demand sites, at least the way I see it. There's the all-in-one print-on-demand sites. There's the marketplace ones where you have the marketplace plus POD, the Printify. There's your own website plus Printify again. So each of these have its own different style and takes a little bit of different kinds of skills, in my opinion, to do these things. But hopefully what I've provided here is that can show you the differences and show you who can teach you about these things, the YouTubers. So pros and cons and everything. If you're thinking about whether you should do one or the other, now you can compare them all. So if you want to learn more about that community, that We Scale community that I talked about, that Chris Heckman has for Shopify, I'll put that video right here. I ask him a lot of questions, and I'm currently doing that and learning more about Facebook, and it's been a good time. Hopefully I'll make more videos in the future to show you what I've learned. Thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.